fun, Mike, but this is a great pitching matchup, and that makes it even more fun.
Well, big significant numbers going into this pitching matchup. Number one, this is the 60th opening day for the San Francisco Giants, and it's the 4th consecutive start for Madison Bumgarner in an opening day assignment, and that matches just Tim Lincecum and Juan Marichal. His opponent today, Cy Young Award winner Zach Greinke, perhaps a disappointing last year, still 13-7. Expect him to do well. Expect Bumgarner to do well. I think today it's all about pitching.
All right. Giants are hoping to see Mark Melancon pitch tonight this afternoon. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do all of that right after this.
Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By Jack in the Box. Introducing the new Brunch Fest menu. It's brunch time anytime at Jack in the Box. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
In the desert, as we get ready for Giants baseball, it's the opener. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open for spring break. 77 degrees, the roof is open, winds light, and humidity at 27%. All right, it's the opener. That means we've got Amy G. Amy?
All right, guys, a very big day, as you know, but a really big day for a few Giants you need to keep your eyes on. Ty Block, Derek Law, and Chris Marrero all experiencing their first opening day. They all didn't have a very good night's sleep, a little bit restless. Ty Block spent time talking to his mom and dad, and of course, all of them were told, soak it in. Guys, let's get it back to you.
I mean, we've done 100 of these, and we soak everyone in. All right, starting lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For the Giants, it'll be Span, Belt, and Hunter Pence. Buster Posey will be the cleanup hitter, and he likes it here. Followed by Crawford, Nunez, and Parker. Panico at 8th, and Bumgarner 9th.
On the hill today for the Arizona Diamondbacks will be Zach Greinke. Greinke, 33 years of age, 6'2", 205-pounder. In his 13th year at the big league level. This is his season last year. Still a good season, 13-7, yet the ERA a little inflated. When you take your at-bats against him now, you're going to see a fastball that's in the high 80s, occasional 90. Curveball, slider, changeup, still excellent command from a high 3/4 release. Against the Giants lifetime, 9-2 with a 2.49 ERA.
And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get underway right on time here in the desert at 1:10. Is Span looks at strike one. So Span, Belt, and Pence. Span had a good spring. And the 0-1, and it's high. Span lifetime against Greinke is 14 for 46. It's pretty good numbers. Does have a couple of doubles and a home run. And he pops this one up. So that's how this ball game is going to get started. It's Owings, and that's out number one. So here's Belt.
First baseman number 9, Brendan Belt.
Just a perfect day for baseball. Everything opened up here at Chase Field. A trickling of wind. You expect this ballpark to have carry from foul line to foul line. Great place to hit. And on a day like today, a great place to see.
Belt doesn't wait around as he swings and fouls the first pitch back off the screen.
Yeah, that's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Greinke, and that's more than the Diamondbacks saw out of him all spring. I think too about Chase Field early on in the year, it's the slowest you'll ever see their infield.
And it's still fast. Belt on a check swing, 0-2. Belt during the spring hit 281. He and Span were tied for the most hits during the spring with 18. He did have 3 home runs. Coming off a year last year where he hit 275. And there's your first off-speed pitch, 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's a curveball. And from Greinke, that's always been a good strikeout pitch, especially against lefties. You drop that thing down and in. Because of the high 3/4 release, you're going to get an acute angle on it. And an 0-2 count, that was absolutely perfect.
Overshift is on for Belt. And he takes high. It's 2 and 2. Belt, a guy that will take a lot of walks. Last year, Belt walked 104 times. 104.
Well, a great on-base percentage, 394.
And it's now 3 and 2. So 0-2 to 3-2. And all 3 takes, tough takes. Belt is 8 for 29 against Greinke with a double and a home run. And he drew a walk. Greinke thought he had him struck out.
Well, they set the target on the inside corner, and it kind of went outside the knees of Jeff Mathis, the Diamondbacks catcher. You see the target. I mean, that is a pitch that should have been a strike. If he sat up in the middle of the plate, he probably would have got it.
So already Belt leads this team in walks.
That's right.
Here's Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence takes outside for a ball. Pence last year in 395 at bats had 13 home runs, 57 runs batted in, and he hit 289. Remember, he was banged up for quite a while last year. Had a slow spring. Now it counts. And he tries to hold up. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, very slowly, the last 10 days of spring, he started to put together a swing.
A lot better. You're right.
And he started having some coverage on that outside part of the plate, taking the ball to the right side of the field.
Buster Posey's on deck. And a base hit up the middle for Pence.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Greinke today for the Diamondbacks. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Tomas, Pollock, and Peralta. Strongest arm in left field with Tomas. Best overall with Peralta in right field. And the infield on the left side will be Owings and Lamb. Drury and Goldschmidt will be on the right side. Jeff Mathis, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Posey stands in. Buster during the spring, remember, he missed some time playing with the USA team. At 308 during the spring. Had a home run, 3 runs batted in. He had 2 home runs during the World Baseball Classic, and here he takes low.
A respectful curveball the first pitch, and I don't think Greinke had any intention of going in the strike zone. Posey started off the spring and he did not have a swing. Got into the WBC by the second game, and boy did he find it, and he's been able to maintain it ever since.
Crawford to follow. Just underway here at Chase Field. And this pop-up is going to be out of play. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right now it's time for our Nissan keys to the game. Number 1, everybody's excited. It's an adrenaline game. Whoever can settle in is going to have the advantage. And number 2, you've been working on the fundamentals all spring long. Now you need to execute. Execution of fundamentals. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Belt at second, Pence at first. Greinke looking into Jeff Mathis. And it's now 1-2. Outfield, at least Pollock in center, shading Buster Posey to the gap in right center field, and off the line in left is Tomas. Everybody else straight away in the infield.
Posey, a good 2-strike hitter. Normally, especially against right-handers, you'll see him go to right field a lot in the 2-strike count.
And he got him.
So really a steady diet of breaking balls. He had 1 good fastball to hit. He fouled that one back. And here had the count 2-strike, a good hard slider. And Posey checks his swing, cannot hold it up. So the first strikeout of the year for Greinke.
Here's Brandon Crawford. Crawford last year had a terrific season, hit 275. He had 84 runs batted in. And that 84 runs batted in led the team. 12 home runs. And it wasn't that long ago he was hitting 8th. Now 5th.
Well, he's earned the right. RBI opportunity right here.
And Crawford cannot hold up. Well, this is a huge day for our network, changing our name to NBC Sports, the network that televised the first Major League Baseball game way back in 1939. We're especially proud to do it on opening day for the Giants. 0-2.
Took a little off, a two-seam movement, perfect location. So if you're worried about Greinke having a command of his pitches, don't, because he is carving it up right now. Had Crawford way out front. Just a little subtle fade that moves away from him, falls out of the strike zone.
And a high fastball, 1-2.
Elevate above the hands, inside corner, just to change sight lines.
Nunez watching from the on-deck circle. We're in the top of the first inning. So the Giants are going to get some pitches out of Greinke here in the first. Whether they score or not remains to be seen. So that's 20 pitches. And the 2-2 and a full count.
I just don't think he's going to give in to him with an open base. He's got a right-handed hitter, Eduardo Nunez, on deck, and Greinke and every other Diamondback on this club knows that Crawford's had a great March, both in the Valley of the Sun and with the WBC. They know he's got the hot hand, and with an open base, why give in to him? Doesn't have to.
So Belt and Pence will be on the move, and this is rolled foul. So Crawford will see another pitch. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Another meeting on the mound.
Mathis new to this Diamondbacks organization, signed in the offseason. Full house. Do have a good amount of Giants fans here this afternoon, as you would expect. And for the longest time, this was Giants country. So Greinke to throw pitch number 23, and this 3-2 pitch to Crawford, and it won't be a pitch at all.
Greinke taking his time. I would be shocked if he threw a fastball down the middle here.
Runners go. Down the right field line, it's going to hook foul. I don't think he did.
I think it was a little cutter. I mean, he could cut and sink the ball. Really creative with the movement that he could put on a fastball. None of that with Greinke. He can add and subtract. You never get the same movement, the same speed twice in a row. You just don't. And that's the fastball we're talking about. Change up, curveball, slider. He's got about 7 types of movement he could throw at you and back off on all the speeds.
And this will be playable for Goldschmidt, who's battling the sun. And that'll end the inning. So Greinke pitches out of a bit of a mess. Madison Bumgarner coming out. and their lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Pollock to lead things off, and then Owings, Goldschmidt, and then Jake Lamb, who really feasted on the Giants last year. It'll be Yasmani Tomas. He'll hit fifth, and it's Drury, Peralta, and Jeff Mathis. And Greinke, remember, Greinke can hit. He is going to hit ninth.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner, making his 4th opening start in a row. Joins Tim Lincecum, and Juan Marichal is the only Giants to ever do that. Take a look at what he did last year, 15-9 with a 2.74 ERA. And look at the 5-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, 251 punch outs against 54 walks, just 179 hits allowed in 226 innings. Bumgarner, a big guy, 6'5", 250. He's just a little shy of 7 full years in the big leagues at 26 years of age. When you take your bats against him, you're going to see a low 3/4 release with a fastball that'll go low 90s. Has a natural cut to him. You'll see him try and get in tight to a lot of right-handers. Can accentuate that to a slider. He's also got a curveball. And against the D-backs lifetime, 9-7 with a 2.53 ERA.
Pollock on the first pitch pops it to Belt, who's shading his eyes, and Belt in front of Panic makes the catch.
Pop-ups have a little personality right now.
And Belt doesn't have any sunglasses on either.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively behind Bumgarner. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Parker, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield. Panic and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And swinging on the first pitch is fouled out of play from Owens. So we can see the D-back strategy. Don't wait around.
Yeah, they know if you're hitting from the right side, you're going to see something in all likelihood coming in on your hands early in the count. Bumgarner, like all great pitchers, he likes to get strike one. And they're ready for it.
3 pitches, 3 swings, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss, gets away from Buster Posey. He's going to recover. 2 down. And here's Goldschmidt.
It's always nice to be able to throw your first breaking ball of the day in an 0-2 count, where you don't have to throw it for a strike. And this is a good one. The league hit just 161 against the curveball from Bumgarner last year. And it's a pitch that you don't talk about a lot because everybody's thinking about the cutter getting in there.
Goldschmidt takes a strike. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes from Bumgarner. Goldschmidt's had decent success against Bumgarner in 46 at bats. He's got 13 hits, 4 doubles, and a couple of home runs. Here he takes low. D-backs last year were 69 and 93. And it's a bit high. 2-1. But what really was an issue for them was how poorly they played at home. They were 33 and 48 at home. They won more games on the road than they did at home. 3-1. Giants won 45 games at home, 42 games on the road last year. 3-1 to Goldschmidt. And a foul out of play. It's 3-2.
If you're playing third base in a game that Madison Bumgarner is pitching, you better be ready. Because of the movement he has on his fastball, you see a lot of right-handers take that ball right down the third base way in a hard fashion.
And that's up the middle, and Panic on the backhand, and that'll end the inning. So nice play by Panic, and Bumgarner retires the D-backs in order. Nunez to lead things off. Chase Field here in Phoenix, and there they are. Deepest part is straightaway center field at 407, but it is a live ballpark, especially down the lines. True Green, America's #1 professional lawn care company. Start today. Live life outside. Here's Nunez, and Nunez takes a curveball for a strike. Greinke 24 pitches the first inning. Bumgarner 10. Nunez taps it to third, so this will be a tough play for Lamb, and Nunez is going to beat it out, and I'll bet that's a hit.
Got to be. Well, the Giants are home on Easter, and you can join us at the ballpark Sunday, April 16th, as the Giants take on the Rockies. First 5,000 kids 14 and under will receive Brandon Crawford backpacks courtesy of Toyota. So go to sfgiants.com/ well, just go to sfgiants.com. That's where you get tickets. Yeah, it's got to be a hit. With the speed of Eduardo Nunez, I mean, he really puts pressure on a slow speed ball hit on the ground. And he'll steal. He stole 40 bases last year.
So here's Parker. And a toss to first, and Nunez is back. Bruce Bochy announced that Parker and Chris Marrero will platoon in left field. And the Giants will see 2 lefties in this series, 2 starters, which means Marrero is going to get some at bats here in the desert. But now it's Parker. And Parker is tardy, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
I think it's important for Jared Parker to get off to a good start.
Yeah. A little confidence, it always helps. Really started out hot during the spring and then cooled off. But he's got as much power as anybody in this ballpark. And Nunez goes. He had a good jump. Here's the throw, and he's in there.
Now, one thing that the Diamondbacks like about Jeff Mathis is that he's a good catch and throw guy. Greinke, not an easy guy to get a good jump off. Very compact. So two things going against the stolen base, and only a great jump from Nunez allowed him to steal a base. And the Diamondbacks are not convinced that he's safe. They're reviewing this right now in their clubhouse.
Well, it is confirmed by somebody in that clubhouse that Nunez was indeed safe.
Managers have 30 seconds now this year because of the new rule and replay to make their declaration as to whether they want it reviewed, which puts a lot of pressure on the guys in the clubhouse.
So the pitch to Parker was high. Now the overshift on. And it's hit on the ground, and Goldschmidt on the backhand. And that'll get Parker, and on the plate Nunez goes to third.
All right, time now for our McDonald's True Stories. We go back to May 12th of last year. Joe Panik hit a home run off Zach Greinke, a 2-run shot in the 5th inning, and the Giants at that time got a 4-1 lead. They would go on to win the ball game 4-2, and it was the first time the Giants ever beat Greinke, who had been 8-0 in 11 starts against him.
Now they got a base open, so we'll see what Greinke does. He may just toy with Panik. Infield is in. Panik, including the home run, is 4 for 20 lifetime against Greinke. And the pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Bumgarner on deck. On the ground, foul. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, decisions. Yeah, you're right. Should have been obvious. Nice going. You did good.
It took him a little longer than I'd think, don't you think?
She was throwing out her best smile too.
A ball and a strike to Panik.
If I'm a 5-year-old kid sitting over there with freckles on and a baseball cap, I'm a little ticked off.
1 and 2. Panik now have to fight. Giants had a scoring opportunity in the first. They did not get a runner to third. They did have runners at first and second with 1 out. Here Nunez at third with 1 out. And it's high. 2 and 2. And he come up short.
Came up a little short, and plus there was nobody covering, so you can't assume that if you're the runner at third base and the catcher comes out of a squat. All right, let's watch it. Slide. Phil Nevin, Giants' new third base coach, enjoying the entertainment from Eduardo Nunez.
Hit well to center field. Pollock on the move, and Pollock's going to track it down, and the Giants lead 1-0.
Now, one of the strengths of Joe Panik is his ability to hit situationally. He needed a fly ball deep enough to score the runner. Didn't have to be that deep because of Nunez's speed, and gets it done on a 2-strike count. That's a great at bat.
Well, it's kind of a manufactured run. Infield hit, stolen base, grounder to right. So here's Bumgarner, who does have a home run against Greinke.
Why do I think every time he gets in the box he's going to hit one?
I agree. And he pops it up. And if you asked him, he might agree.
Now he's got a swing built for 2 things: the long ball and knocking down trees. 14 lifetime home runs.
Curveball. Bumgarner watches it go by. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Perfect curveball and 0-1 count. That's very respectful.
One and 2.
He's just setting him up with that swing.
Span watching from the on-deck circle. 2 and 2.
Well, if he's going to swing it off the plate, you just keep going out there and see how far he'll chase.
It's amazing how opposing pitchers pitch Bumgarner.
I pitch him like he's the 4th place hitter.
Three and 2.
It's 94 miles per hour. I don't think he hit 94 the whole spring. Greinke would not answer questions about his low velocity that he had in most of his starts in spring training. And there was some genuine concern. Well, no more concern.
And Bumgarner got a breaking ball. It was up. Starting pitcher as a hitter gets a 3-2 breaking ball.
And he was on it. Let's take a look at the hanging breaking ball 3-2. I mean, he wants to just throw it for a strike. And Bumgarner was not fooled at all.
And that's brought to you by PitchCast. And the walk.
And the pitch count goes up. 41 pitches now for Greinke, and that's an issue. And a lot of that time has been spent in the stretch. And one thing you fear most at the start of a season, if you're a pitching coach, is long innings. And Greinke's had his second 1 in 2 innings.
So here's Span. Span popped out to open up the ball game. And he takes high. With Belt to follow. Two and 0.
More pitches. I mean, what Greinke has relied upon in his brilliant career, 155 wins against 100 lifetime, 100 losses lifetime, is his ability to start a pitch on a corner and then have its movement go off the plate, out of the strike zone. And he's as good as anybody in the game at doing that. He really relies on a hitter going out of the strike zone, chasing that late movement. In, out, down, up. He uses all of the strike zone.
Span a big bouncer to Goldschmidt, and that's going to end the inning. 45 pitches now for Greinke. Giants are on the board. It's 1-0 San Francisco.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Giants on the board first. They lead 1-0. All the cacti around the desert. Can't miss them. They're like part of the family. Here's Lamb. Lamb takes a called strike. He has had 3 at-bats lifetime against Bumgarner with 1 hit.
29 home runs last year. Plenty of power.
Fouls this one out of play. Yeah, he's in that cleanup spot because of that.
Yeah, and a lot of the damage he did last year was against the Giants, especially the first series of the year.
Yeah, he personally begged Santiago Casilla to stay in the National League West. And that is a strikeout as Lamb goes around. Let's check in again with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen. Well, Jarrett Parker made the opening day roster because he impressed a lot of people in spring, including Barry Bonds. I talked to Jarrett Parker about his conversation with Bonds, and he said, well, I grew up a huge fan of him, especially because he was a left-handed hitter. So it was actually really weird and a little crazy. He said he was all ears, though, picked his brain and asked, what can I do to become like you, guys?
Yep. Yeah, we tried that, and Bond said, yeah, you'll never be like me.
Yeah.
Take a hike.
So I got nothing for you. However, a young hitter with power like Jarrett Parker, a whole different deal.
Tomas fouls it back.
Let's take a look at the Jake Lamb strike 3 pitch. He elevates the cut fastball, check swing, can't hold it up. See you later. 3 pitch, see ya. And I think you're going to see more and more of that this year. It's going to be a good pitch for Bumgarner, especially against lefties. Elevate. So used to seeing stuff down around the knees. Elevate above the letters. Tough to lay off of.
He does there, 1-2.
The one thing that Barry Bonds did tell Jarrett Parker is that when you get up there, swing it. Do not think finesse. Think destruction.
Got him.
Outside paint. All right, time now for our cold hard facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Giants starting left fielders the last 10 seasons. Well, there's been a few of them. Dave Roberts, Fred Lewis, Mark DeRosa, Pat Burrell, Aubrey Huff, Andres Torres, Michael Morse, Nori Aoki, Angel Pagan, and now Jarrett Parker. Oh, by the way, Bonds was there for a long time.
Here's Drury.
Swing. Umpire behind the plate today, Greg Gibson, the crew chief. He's a good umpire for pitchers, especially pitchers that are around the plate, because he is an umpire that will look for strikes. It's a good zone to throw to. He'll give a little width on both sides of the plate, not anything extreme, and it's very consistent.
Like that.
I like that. Once you put it in his mind that you're going to throw strikes, you will get a little more width on each corner.
Throwing strikes, Madison Bumgarner, and the 0-2 pitch coming up to Brandon Drury. And he strikes out the side. 16 strikes and only 4 balls thrown by Madison Bumgarner. 1-0 Giants.
Bay Area is brought to you by Lenardi's Markets. For a location near you, visit lenardis.com or find us on Facebook. Lenardi's, quite simply the best.
Through 2 innings, 1-0 Giants. Brandon Belt will lead things off against Zach Greinke. And Belt pops one down the left field line, and that'll be out of play. Belt drew a walk in the first. Pence and then Posey. 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this Giants lineup. Belt takes high. Schedule's been really rough on the Giants, and D-backs will have a day off tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you got to break him in easy now.
Has everything to do with the March Madness, the final basketball game of the season, to determine who's going to be the champions, whether it's North Carolina or Gonzaga. And the D-backs did not want to go up against that. That takes a strike.
You know, the funny thing about off days early in the years, players don't want them.
No, especially in Arizona, because of all the time they spend here during spring training. It's a great place, don't get me wrong. Belt, foul.
Baseball is such a game of routine. You play it every day. And once you get a rhythm going, it carries right into the game. Take a day off and it sort of disrupts that rhythm.
Or make it 2-2. Belt out of play. The only people that probably do need a day off tomorrow, our producer, our director, and then Danny Peterson.
Well,
the guys in the truck.
Today is a little stressful.
It is. It's a stressful day for fellas in the truck.
Got here about 6 this morning.
And Belt takes strike 3 call. So he took a close pitch. His first at bat and won the battle. This time he loses the battle.
Right fielder Hunter Pence.
Take a look at the breaking ball from pitch cast, and it is right perfect on the inside corner of the knees with a late straight down snap. It's a big league pitch right there. Tell you one thing though, I think I like Brandon Belt in that 2 spot.
Here's Pence, who's single up the middle. One ball and no strikes.
And 2 times now, Hunter Pence has had 1-0 counts against Greinke. Both times Greinke broke him down with breaking balls, got him to chase. Pence is one of those guys that could look bad on a swing and come back to the next pitch and just make you look bad.
Buster Posey on deck. Shadows are not an issue. That shadow behind home plate has stayed there since the start of the game. The one creeping in is from left field. Outside to Hunter Pence. Eventually that one might be a problem. You see it?
I think Yasmani Tomas, the left fielder, has kind of positioned himself in the sun.
Yeah, he's going to, instead of play the hitter, he's going to play the shadow. Pence out swinging.
It's a good breaking ball he's got going now. It's really tightened up, and he's got a nice feel with it.
Catcher Buster Posey.
Take a look. Tight, a little snapper, straight down bite.
Buster Posey struck out in the first.
We're watching perfection with that breaking ball right now from Greinke.
Into the hands of Buster Posey. No balls and 1 strike.
get a pitch like that, you're looking for a first pitch fastball and you swing through it. What are you thinking? Does it upset you if you miss that pitch you're looking for early on?
You think? Because you know the one pitch that he's owned this inning is that breaking ball. Eventually you're going to see that one. Just outside.
That one. Next pitch will be number 60. You're averaging 20 pitches an inning. You're not going to see the later innings.
Three and one to Buster Posey.
When you hit against Greinke, it really is a chess match. I mean, you have to have an idea as to what you want to do before every pitch. I mean, you can say that about a lot of pitches, but with Greinke it's important because he's just got such quickness to his movement and such great command of the corners of all of his pitches. Here, sitting in a 3-1 count, he's not going to give in to you. That breaking ball right now, he's throwing it like a dart, painting the corners.
Posey on the ground. It'll be Owens. And that'll end the inning. A couple of strikeouts and a ground ball. Peralta, Mathis, Greinke coming up.
Choice, April 6, 2015, opening day right here in Arizona. That's when Madison Bumgarner teed it up, put 7 strong, allowed a run, struck out 3, 93 pitches in a Giants victory, and that's our 4th right choice.
Here's David Peralta. Peralta hitting out of that 7th slot. Bounces this one to Panic, and Panic would straighten up and make the play. Panic last year, 171 at bats. Well, they are your starters, and dominated by 2 guys, Tim Lincecum and Madison Bumgarner.
Well, with Bumgarner today having 4 consecutive starting assignments in a row, he joins Lincecum and Juan Marichal is the only guys in Giants history, San Francisco Giants history, to do it.
Here's Mathis.
San Francisco Giants history. This is their 60th season in San Francisco. How about that? They had 75 in New York.
I can tell that this offseason you did some studying. All that snow and rain in Reno, and you were cooped up. You said, I'm going to hit the books.
I had nothing to do.
Dave Fleming is on assignment, which means I'll head over to the radio side for innings 4, 5, and 6. John Miller's dressed for the occasion. He will sit here with Mike for 3 innings, and they will just kill it. There's a foul. It's 1 and 2.
Well, we're glad that Big Kahuna's feeling better.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling all that great Thursday night, and then we decided that he needed to take the day off on Friday, and he did.
Reluctantly.
Out to Spain.
Well, stream the Giants on the go. Great news, Giants fans. This season you'll be able to stream every NBC Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So here's Greinke, who, as I mentioned, doing the lineups. If you're aware of what's going on around the major leagues with players, he can hit.
He can hit. Hit 212 last year. Lifetime 219 hitter, and that's doing it. You're hitting over 200 as a pitcher. That's like hitting over 300 as a regular.
He's 1 for 7 in his career against Bumgarner, and this will be right at Hunter Pence, and that'll end the inning. So Greinke hits it hard, side retired. John Miller will be in. I'll see it back here in the 7th. It's 1-0 Giants.
Is filled with amazing giveaways and promotions. Post-game fireworks on Orange Friday, April 14th, presented by Altec Lansing. Johnny Cueto's Shimmy Bobble Body, Saturday, April 15th. Presented by Chevron Extra Mile, Brandon Crawford backpack on Sunday the 16th. Presented by Toyota. Go to sfgiants.com/promotions. Check it out. We're going to the 4th inning. 1-0 Giants in here to tell you all about it. My old pal, John Miller.
That's right. Thanks, Mike. And Brandon Crawford leads off for the Giants. Crawford fouled out to first his first time. 1 ball and no strikes. And one thing the Giants have made Greinke do in the early innings is throw pitches. They've been very patient against him. And here's Crawford showing that approach again. He's got a 2-0 count, and that's already 64 pitches thrown in the game by Zack Greinke as he's just starting the 4th inning.
And I think that's the best weapon against an ace. Make him work, especially early in the season. Now, in theory, Greinke should be able to throw around 100 pitches. But remember, he had 2 long innings, a lot of stretch time out in the 1st and 2nd innings. I don't know if he'll even be allowed to go into another or a 3rd possible long inning.
And the foul ball off his foot. So it's 2-2. Bumgarner, by contrast, has thrown 29 pitches in the first 3 innings. Less than 10 per inning. Outdoor baseball here in the desert. It was 75 degrees officially at game time. Temperature is supposed to get up around 80 today. Very low humidity. Just off the outside. 3-2.
Boy, you know, when he misses out of that strike zone, it's not by much.
And the Giants have been more often than not taking those pitches. So it's a full count. High in the air, shallow right center. Pollock, and that is all for Crawford. And Nunez will come up. 3 games in Major League Baseball today to get the season started. The first of those was in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's the historic traditional opener in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Well, yeah, where else?
And the Yankees playing Tampa Bay, and the Yankee ace Tanaka, he got clobbered in the first 3 innings of that game. Eduardo Nunez takes a called strike.
There was a note that went out on Twitter, said it's the worst starting assignment by a Yankee pitcher in their history.
On an opening day?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's rough.
He gave up 7 runs in 2 2/3 innings. Off the inside.
No, I didn't research that to back it up. I mean, of course, you know, Twitter, take that, that's book right there. But suffice to say, he did not have a good day.
I guess it all depends on whose Twitter account it came from. That's hit hard into left center, and Tomas has it sail right over his head. Tomas was in the dark shadows as that one was coming at him from the bright sunshine. And the way he initially broke for it, I thought he was going to catch it.
Yeah, I think that ball fooled him. Had lots of carry. Ball hit right on the screws, hanging breaking ball, not fooled at all. Eduardo Nunez jumps on it. He's got a little backspin that just sails right over the Tomas. Tomas is a guy he doesn't have a great range. And there's the hang, and there's the bang. And watch him go. Oh, he's running well. He's showing it today with a stolen base, and now an easy scamper in for a double.
The beauty of what he did back in the 2nd inning is Mathis is out to talk to Greinke. He kind of stole a run, the kind of run that a guy with great speed and base stealing ability is uniquely qualified to steal. He got an infield hit, and then he stole second, and then the Giants got him home with a ground ball and a fly ball, not even getting another hit. Pickoff throw goes to second, and it bounces away. It might have hit Eduardo Nunez.
I think he did catch his arm or shoulder, right arm or right shoulder. That's the one arm that's exposed. Yeah, got him in the shoulder.
Oh boy.
It's just like getting hit by a pitch. Only one thing different. You're not bracing yourself to when you know the ball's going to hit you in the play. I mean, you at least have a little protection because you can clinch up. There, you're completely relaxed. They hurt.
And that shoulder had been hurting all through the spring. kept him out of action for a couple of weeks. He was just not able to throw. He had a couple of cortisone shots late in the spring. Nunez. He's got the attention of Mathis. Everybody gets a little edgy when you got a base stealer out there. The ball won the count to Jarrett Parker. Parker helped set up that first run for the Giants. Still the only run of the game. After Nunez stole second in the second inning, Parker hit a ground ball to the right side and moved to third. That's a called strike.
I don't think that Greinke has given in to too many fastball counts today. When he's fallen behind 1-0, 2-0, 3-2, he's throwing all his pitches. He has had great command of his stuff. And yet he's about to throw pitch number 74 here in the fourth.
High in the air foul. Lamb comes over, runs out of room. There's not a whole lot of room in foul territory in this ballpark either. So this is a ballpark that really favors the hitter in many ways. And especially with the roof open and those big doorways out there in the outfield on either side of the scoreboard opened up as they are.
It's a spectacular venue. I've liked this ballpark ever since they opened it up. They called it baseball in the 21st century.
And Mathis blocks it. And Nunez was ready to go, but he saw that Mathis had blocked it, kept it at his feet. So he was 40 feet away from second base, and he put the brakes on and scurried back.
Take a look at Nunez as he reacts to the ball in the dirt. He can't go too far because shortstop Owings is right behind second base. And Mathis has a very strong arm.
2-2 to Jarrett Parker. And he struck him out.
Second base.
2-2 count, a chance to go out of the strike zone below. And that straight down bite, it gets so many left-handers. The size of the break, the angle of the break is such a good pitch to lefties. Gets a lot of strikeouts with that pitch. And that's what he was pitching for.
Parker did not strike out back in the second inning. Instead, he grounded out and set up what is still the only run of the game. That is a fair ball. Joe Panic thought it was going to be a foul ball, never got out of the batter's box. And that is something, Greinke, you needed there. A fairly quick inning. 1-0 Giants.
of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Well, the home of the athletic fans, CSN, is now known as NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity.
Leadoff man, A.J. Pollock. It's a called strike. Pollock swung to the first pitch he saw from Bumgarner. The first pitch thrown by Bumgarner here in 2017, and he popped it up to belt the first baseman, so he's 0 for 1.
Which is why I think he took that first pitch.
That one down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Owings and Goldschmidt to follow. 1-0 Giants here in the 4th. Pollock had a great season the year before last, a breakthrough season. Off the end of the bat, easy play for Denard Spang. And Pollock is 0 for 2, and here comes Owens.
Shortstop, Chris Owens.
Owings struck out his first time. Bumgarner with 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings of this game. And it's ball 1. Giants with the 1 run in the 2nd inning, which was an Eduardo Nunez production. He got an infield hit. He stole second. Parker hit a ground ball to get him to third, and Panic hit a fly ball to get him home. And I thought Panic's at bat was one of the best of the whole day. He didn't get a hit, but he had 2 quick strikes on him, and then he battled and battled and battled, and then finally he sent Pollock all the way out to the warning track in center field, as you see Goldschmidt on deck. Plenty deep enough to get Nunez home. Only run of the game up till now. That's a foul tip.
You know, it's great too when you have it at bat like that. We get back to the dugout and you're a hit. I mean, everybody's up. You're shaking your hand, patting you on the back, and you get that little smile from your hitting instructor. Baseball is a game that rewards at bats where you make an out to score a run just as much as if you get a base hit to score a run, especially against an ace like Zach Greinke.
2-2 the count now. Well, the speed of Nunez got the whole thing cranking, and also while praising Joe Panic's ability to get him home from third, Jared Parker got him to third with an infield out. It's the only time Parker's ever put the ball in play against Zach Greinke. Speaking of which, Owens is the 5th strikeout for Madison Bumgarner, and twice it has been Owens who's going down.
5 strikeouts now, 4 by swing and miss strike threes. Boy, the curveball, I think, is one of the true indicators of just what type of mechanics Bumgarner has, and he really locked into a set of mechanics about his 3rd start in spring, and you really saw the curveball take off. It really got crisp. He really was able to locate it down, in and out, and it's working for him today.
Goldschmidt now, and it's 0-1. You guys probably talked about this, but Goldschmidt has been such a star, has put up such huge numbers, that he put up excellent numbers last year, and it was a disappointment. And the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. He hit just under 300. What?
297.
His on-base average was over 400. His OPS was 900, which is excellent, but only 24 home runs.
95 RBIs. Guys would kill for that kind of year.
And he's looking for a comeback. A soaring shot, left center field. Parker in the shadows and back into the sun. Bumgarner has retired the first 12. Bumgarner coming up.
Well, join us on Easter Sunday at the ballpark as the Giants take on the Rockies. Our special Easter ticket offer will include 2 tickets for only $60 and a See's Candies treasure egg. Go to sfgiants.com/Easter and check it out.
Outdoors, the Giants leading 1-0. Here's Madison Bumgarner against Zach Greinke. Bumgarner walked his first time. He takes a called strike. Slow curveball. Now Bumgarner's had 1 hit in 7 official at bats in his career against Greinke. The 1 hit though was a home run. Just off the outside with a fastball.
I think that pitch was better than the first one.
See Bumgarner last year, 3 homers, 9 batted in, 8 extra base hits. Ooh, fastball up and out over the plate, and a mighty cut, but he fouled it back out of play.
Yeah, you and I were thinking the same thing. He just missed it. Now they set up outside. It drifts right over the plate, right at the belt. Ooh.
1-2 the count. That ball is smoked. Left center field. Adios! Pelota! Bumgarner into the bleachers. 2-0 Giants.
Wow. That is a strong man's home run. He got another mistake. This one just a bit higher, and he did not miss it. And that's just a long line drive is what that was.
Truly never got that high off the ground.
There's the mistake, and boy, he smothers it in a 2-strike count.
Here's Span. Curveball for a strike. That's the 2nd time now that he's taken Greinke deep.
It just never got high. I mean, that's to hit a line drive out that part of the ballpark. You got to have some hand strength.
Ball and a strike.
I mean, this is a 1-iron, and he knew it. So did Greinke. Brandon Crawford's looking at him like, who are you?
Span, a ground ball foul.
It is amazing. I mean, you play this game every day, and every once in a while, one of your teammates is going to do something that's supernatural. And for a guy like Bumgarner, he doesn't even know how strong he is. It's 6'5", 250. He can do it weekly.
Two and two now to Span. That home run for Bumgarner is number 15 in his career. 454 at bats and 15 home runs. That was his 50th run batted in. High in the air, Tomas in left field in the dark shadows, and that's all for Denard Span. And the D-backs bullpen is going. Greinke's already thrown 85 pitches in this game, and it's only that's just the first out here in the 5th inning. That is Wilhelmsen, former Seattle Mariner closer, up in the bullpen.
I'm a little surprised to see him get up early in the game. He's a guy I thought we'd see in the 7th, 8th inning. He had a great spring.
Brandon Belt has walked and been called out on strikes. They've gone into the shift for him. And did he swing? Yes, he did. In the history of the Giants, this is the beginning of the 135th year of Giants baseball. And now no Giants pitcher in the history of the franchise has hit more homers than Bumgarner.
Well, he's just getting started.
A ball and a strike to count now to Brandon Belt.
I mean, Bumgarner, he's 26 years old. He's been around for almost 7 years at the big league level, but he's going to hit a lot more.
Off the end of the bat in center field, Pollock, and that is out number 2.
All right, time now for our Togo's big play the Togo's way, and we're going to take a look at the 2-strike swing of the bat from Madison Bumgarner against Zach Greinke, and he gets him for the 2nd time. And this, he does it in an impressive fashion. The best 1-iron we've seen hit all year, and that will include the PGA. Our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
Hunter Pence has lined a single to center and struck out. And it's 0-1. When he hit that home run, it tied Johnny Antonelli, who was an outstanding left-handed pitcher, and Hal Schumacher for most home runs ever hit by a Giants pitcher in the history of the franchise. And Clint Hartung, whom he passed, was a minor league home run champion. Hartung was at one time the guy who had the all-time minor league record for home runs in a single season. Never hit in the big leagues. They threw him a few too many curveballs, is what the story was, and they made him a pitcher. And as a pitcher, he was a pretty good hitter. And that is Mathis, and he just barely was able to reach out and get that one. Madison Bumgarner. Tell it bye-bye, baby. 15th time in his career. An opening day homer against Zach Greinke. 2-0 Giants. Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. The roof is open. The Giants lead 2-0. Madison Bumgarner to the cleanup man, Jake Lamb. Ooh, that, I get what, a little bit high? A little bit inside, away from the target, I guess.
Well, Bumgarner thought he had a strike. He had a little stare on Greg Gibson, who has not missed many pitches today.
Well, he gets this one, and it's 1-1. Lamb, a breakout season last year, 29 home runs. He's always done a lot of damage against the Giants, but he did not hit well against left-handed pitching last year. Curveball is fouled. I think it came up and hit the bat a second time. A ball and 2 strikes. He hit 164 against lefties last year. So that's the area where he needs improvement. And if he ever gets that figured out, this guy could be a star for years to come. Madison Bumgarner happens to be a left-hander. And Lamb struck out against him the first time. 2-2. Bumgarner has retired everybody he's faced up till now. Tomas is on deck, and then Drury due up third of the inning, middle of the order. And it's a full count. Bumgarner has not had many of those. He had thrown only 40 pitches in the first 4 innings. Struck him out. 1 away. Now let's check in with our colleague, Amy G.
Well, gentlemen, good news on the injury front. Reliever Will Smith, who underwent season-ending Tommy John surgery earlier in March, was here visiting with his teammates. He's in a cast and a sling, but he says he's coming along real well. He's going to stay in Arizona to start rehab soon. I said, what's the most difficult thing right now? He said, showering. I had to go buy a huge box of trash bags to wrap up my left arm when I shower. I can't dry off my right arm, but it's all getting better. And coming to visit the guys was a huge morale boost. Gentlemen?
Amy G. And I like that report. We don't get those kind of reports very often. Guy has Tommy John surgery, goes home, does some rehab, comes back and starts pitching next year. But the reality of it can be a little bit different than what you might think.
Well, you have to learn how to brush your teeth with your right hand. If you're a left-hander like Will Smith, you got to learn how to comb your hair with your right hand.
Tomas with a high foul that would go out of play.
Eat. Cutting your food is just impossible. I mean, your wife cuts the food for your children, then looks at you and then cuts your food. That's how it works. And if you're a right-hander and you've got it done, guess what? Putting a seatbelt on, good luck with that.
That's a high foul. Belt's coming over and runs out of room. 0-2 the count to Tomas, who struck out his first time. Kids, who wants to help cut up Dad's food tonight? It's true.
The nuts and bolts of having your arm in a sling or a cast or a shoulder surgery. I mean, you learn how to do everything with one hand.
0-2 the count. Curveball struck him out. A ball in the dirt. Buster dug it out and tagged him out. 7th strikeout for Bumgarner.
Yeah, 6th swing and miss, and a lot of these strike threes have been on this curveball. His curveball, as you mentioned, about halfway in spring training, kicked into a high gear, and it's been very, very quick today. Just place it right down there below the zone. As big as it is, guys cannot lay off.
Brandon Drury struck out his first time. This is the heart of the D-backs batting order. All these guys have power. Lamb hit 29 homers last year. Tomas hit 31. Drury as a rookie and a role player hit 16. And these 3 hitters, they have struck out 5 times in 5 at bats so far against Bumgarner. 2-0 the count. But this is a team that really, although it did not have a good year last year, they wore out left-handed pitching, especially in this ballpark. That's a foul. Arizona had a .276 team batting average against left-handed pitching. And they hit pretty well against Bumgarner here the last time he pitched in this ballpark last September. Gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. Just to give you an idea of how well he's doing in spite of it all in this ballpark today. Nunez. And that is 15 in a row retired by the Giants left-hander. Buster Posey coming up. Then Brandon Crawford. 2-0 Giants.
throughout the Bay Area to our college nights. Upcoming college nights will include an April 11th UC Berkeley night, a April 13th Stanford night, both presented by AT&T. For the full Bay Area college night schedule, go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Zach Greinke is finished for the day as Buster Posey comes up. Pitching change. Wilhelmsen has come in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. And Wilhelmsen, who at one time was the closer for the Seattle Mariners, and yet he's trying to get his career headed back on the right track. Mike, he had a very, very poor year last year.
Well, he started out with Texas and he just never could find it. He wound up with going back to Seattle, where he did a little bit better.
Soaring pop fly hit by Buster. Drury out, called off by Peralta, and Buster is 0 for 3.
Well, that last fastball from Wilhelmsen, 96 miles per hour. It's our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. He's a big guy, 6'6", 220-pounder, in his 6th year at the big league level. He's 33 years of age. And when you take your at bat, you're going to see some high velocity fastballs. He'll go 90, low to mid 90s, sometimes high. And he's got 4 pitches: curveball, slider, and a changeup. And he'll throw everything at you.
Brandon Crawford, right center field. And that is off the base of the wall right in front of the resort. And it's a double for Brandon Crawford. Peralta gave chase and could not get there. Crawford muscled up on that one toward the deepest part of the ballpark.
Let's take a look at the location. Right down the throat, T-ball location. And Crawford, who continues to stay hot, had a wonderful March all through the Cactus League and at the WBC. Puts a charge into this one. I think when he left the batter's box, he thought he had a chance that was going to get out of here. Right at the base of the wall. So it winds up being a 1-out double.
Third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
Eduardo Nunez, who got the Giants their first run with his speed. An infield hit. He stole second, went to third on an infield out, and scored on a fly ball. Then he ripped a double into left center in the 4th inning. And he swung at it. It's 0-1. Nunez is 2 for 2 in this game, starting his first full year with the Giants. They picked him up near the trading deadline last year from the Minnesota Twins. And he had 40 stolen bases last year. 1 out. Crawford at second. Toward the middle and through, base hit. How many times did we say Cactus League single during the Cactus League? Well, that's just a little ground ball right through the middle here. Back in the desert, it's 3-0 Giants.
And what has always been a very hard infield here in Arizona. You see it in April. It's going to be as soft and slow as it ever is. And as Kipe said, and it's still fast. An example of it. It's a 2-hopper that just split the shortstop and the second baseman. So Nunez, a 3-hit day.
Torey Lovullo, the new manager, and he's going to make the change to the bullpen. If that guy looks familiar, it's because the Giants have seen him a lot of times over the years as a member of the Rockies. Jorge De La Rosa, now a D-back, coming in to pitch. 3-0 Giants, 1 out, 1 on. We'll be back. run is in for the Giants here in the 6th inning. And a pitching change here when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up and repair experts. And it is Jorge De La Rosa. You see his numbers in 24 starts with the Rockies last year, but in his immediate future is not doing any starting, but coming out of the bullpen. So he does so for the first time today with his new club, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Don't expect anything to happen quickly with him in the game.
No, he's the old rhythm killer right here.
Gorkis Hernandez. There goes Nunez. Mathis with a one-hop throw, very late. Taking off on first motion, taking advantage of the rather slow delivery of De La Rosa, the second steal of the game for Nunez.
Well, slow delivery, and they also know when he's going home and when he's coming to first. I mean, they just picked him clean. And Jeff Mathis, you kind of have to feel sorry for the Diamondback catcher. He had no chance. As soon as that foot was lifted, he was gone. And Nunez really running well, gets his second stolen base today. But you cannot blame a catcher for this. This is everything to do with a catcher or with a pitcher. Slow delivery home, and he's letting them know when he's going home.
Gorkis Hernandez. A rather wild swing at a ball that ended up way off the inside. Down and in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Gorkis the pinch hitter for Jarrett Parker. Parker was 0 for 2 today, but with a situational at bat, he helped set up the Giants' first run. And it's 1-2. Talking to Bruce Bochy before the game, Mike, about the Giants bench, and he's very high. He thinks that's going to be a real strength for the Giants this year.
Well, he's got veterans on that bench, and he hasn't been able to say that for a while.
Gorkis Hernandez, a former first-round draft choice, been around a long time. There goes Nunez. The throw. Safe. Man, he is just looking for any opportunity to take off. And Mathis handled that one as well as it could be handled and still didn't get it.
Well, watch the secondary lead and the anticipation. No hesitation. He saw that fly, that ball going to be down the dirt. And Mathis made a nice play and a little bit of height on the throw. And they may review this.
Yeah, it was because he slid past the bag. The tag was applied by Lamb. And was there a moment where he was off the bag? They're trying to figure that out. Let's take a look.
Hits the bag, hits his bag right there. Yeah, they're going to review this one. They got him. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. And just that little moment when his body was not in contact with the bag, that's when Jake Lamb seemed to have touched him. And from that angle right there, it looked like they got him.
Now, because he was called safe, there has to be clear and convincing evidence that the call was wrong for it to be overturned.
This is the angle we see. Swings wide of the foot. Now the hand comes off the bag, and there's that little moment there where he's not in contact with the bag. It's just a matter of, did he touch him with the glove? If he did, he's out. I can't quite tell if he did indeed touch him.
Because you could make a case from what we just saw that because the glove is hidden behind, or partially hidden behind the leg there, you could make a case that by the time he actually clearly did touch him, the foot was back in the bag. Now they have a different angle from the Arizona telecast. That may be the key.
I don't know if you could say he touched him. I don't know if you could definitively say that he touched him. Now they have, once an umpire puts those headphones on and is in contact back with the other umpires in New York, they have 2 minutes to make a decision. Now that can be amended if the crew chief back in New York says they need a bit more time, but for the most part, I don't know if they can definitively say that they did indeed touch him. No doubt he was off the bag a bit. There was opportunity. It's just whether or not you can actually see Lamb make contact with the leg. And I don't know if any angle that we see so far will back that up.
Even that last angle we saw that was partially obscured by the third baseman. But there, the umpires in New York And they may have seen something different than what we've seen. They ring him up. He's out.
Now, it winds up being an outstanding play from Jeff Mathis's perspective.
And Lamb, I think you have to give credit to Lamb for just putting the tag on and keeping it on.
Now, that's something that's taught all through baseball now. Stay on the play. If you're an infielder and you're making a tag, stay on the play.
It used to be you want to make that tag and make it quick. Drop the tag down and make it happen quickly. Now you want to put it on there and keep it on.
DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire, he was right on top of it.
So 2 down, nobody on. Well, again, they also have access in New York to angles from the local telecast that we have not seen. And maybe they had some angle that did show it definitively. Because I agree with you. I don't think we saw anything that definitively said, oh, yes, he tagged him with his foot off the bag from the angles we just reviewed. Strike 3 call. So sometimes speed doesn't help you so much. 3-0 Giants.
MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, you can get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for details. We love it.
David Peralta grounded out to second his first time. Strike 1 called. That was the 55th pitch thrown by Bumgarner. He has had strike 1 on his first pitch 12 times to the 16 batters whom he has faced. Check swing and a foul. Deep down the left field line. It's pretty good distance there and a check swing.
Yeah. Felt good.
Gorkys Hernandez now in left field for the Giants after pinch hitting for Jarrett Parker. And it's 1-2. Jeff Mathis, the catcher, is on deck. The pitcher due up third in the inning. The D-backs have action going in their bullpen as they are trailing here. Andrew Chafin is up in the bullpen. Parker out of the game for the Giants. 1-2 the count. Ooh, close. Little bit outside,
yeah,
apparently.
Looked like plate umpire Greg Gibson flinched a little bit. He was thinking about it. Watch Gibson. He comes up just a little bit like he's going to ring up. And then he stops.
2-2. Well, no matter. Bumgarner strikes him out of the next pitch. Swinging. Number 8 for Bum.
And again, the curveball, the kill pitch.
Johnny Cueto goes in game 2, which is not until Tuesday evening here. One out, nobody on. 16 in a row retired by Bumgarner. Mathis hit a fly ball to center his first time. Nick Ahmed, a right-handed hitter, has come out on deck for the D-backs. Giants lead 3-0. There's Ahmed. That's a fair ball. First hit for the D-backs, and it takes a crazy bounce. He's going for 3 as Hernandez just could not get a hold of that ball.
It'll be interesting to see how they wind up ruling this play. I mean, it's obviously a hit. It's a question of whether or not it's a double with an error or just a flat-out triple. This is a ballpark, because of the way it's configured down both lines, it really is built for triples. It's not an easy play to dig something out once it goes down in the corner or either side of the field. And kicks away from Gorky Hernandez, and here's where he starts to have problems trying to find a grip on the ball. I think it's been ruled a triple.
So now Ahmed. Giants lay back up the middle, in at the corners. Strike one call.
And you know what's on the mind of Bumgarner. Strikeout.
And he is certainly capable of getting one. He's had 8 in 5 1/3 innings. Right field, base hit. Ahmed with the pinch hit single, and the D-backs at the bottom of the order. 2 of their lesser hitters are the ones who put a run on the board against Bumgarner.
That one of the few times he's gotten the ball up today. And you tip your cap to Ahmed. I think the intent, if he was going up, was to get that thing in on the hands. But he left that out over the plate. And Ahmed, with a nice opposite field approach, made him pay.
Now to the top of the order. This begins the 3rd time through the order. Pollock called strike 1. Pollock has popped up to first and flied out to center. 3-1 Giants. Remarkable how quickly things have switched in the momentum, beginning with Nunez being called out on the review at third base. That's hit well. Deep left center. Tied up.
Gorky Hernandez may have hurt himself.
Three straight hits against Bumgarner, good for 3 runs.
And again, up. Just not getting that in tight off the plate in. And Pollock, bent arm swinging it, and in a yard that's got lots of carry to all sides. He rides this all the way out of here. Watch Hernandez as he goes up. He almost gets this ball and then comes down hard on his left hip.
Now batting shortstop, Chris.
Well, he came close to catching that thing.
So Dave Righetti has had a visit with Bumgarner as Chris Owings comes up, and it's ball 1.
Now all of a sudden you're seeing a little bit of a break in the rhythm for Bumgarner, and he's starting to miss up. Now, that was the first breaking ball that he's left up. Pitch count still not an issue for Madison Bumgarner. That was number 67 on the day.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Bumgarner continuing to have problems getting that ball down. If you're not going to get it down with the cut movement that he has, you're pitching to right-handers, you got to get it in. He's left it out and up.
And the curveball down for the strikeout.
Now the curveball continues to be unhittable. Something interesting at bat. One thing you don't want to do when you're pitching to Paul Goldschmidt is miss up. He's made a reputation on an up.
Goldschmidt has grounded out to second. He hit a soaring fly ball deep to left center for an out in the 4th inning. 0-1. Dwayne Kuiper will be coming back over from the radio side in the 7th inning here at NBC Sports Bay Area. Called strike 2. 2
boos in the crowd. Paul Goldschmidt agrees with the boos. Pitcher strike.
Well, he's given that low strike a lot today. That's going to be a base hit. In addition to being big, strong, and powerful, Goldschmidt runs very well.
Oh, indeed, 32 stolen bases last year, just thrown out 5 times. If you're at third base, I mean, you're never going to play him even with a bag. You're going to play back. And with his speed, none chance for Eduardo Nunez at third base to make a play. And you have to watch out for Goldschmidt because he will steal, as we mentioned, 32 bags last year.
That's the 4th hit of the inning for the D-backs. Jake Lamb has struck out twice. Giants bullpen is busy. Corey Guerin, a right-hander, has started to throw. There's Guerin, number 62. A foul tip into Buster's glove.
94-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the highest velocity fastball he's thrown today. So he is digging deep right now to try and finish this inning, get off the field.
Well, this will be his 20th pitch of the inning. Blew it right by him again. 3-3. Rather stunningly here. Bumgarner, after striking out Peralta to start the inning, carrying a perfect game for 5 1/3. And then 3 batters later, 3 runs were on the board. Foul tip, just does stay alive.
He's not showing a lot of respect with the location of that fastball. 3 pitches, 3 fastballs, and he's just almost saying, hey, you can't hit it. Here it comes again. And that just did get a piece.
Mindful of Goldschmidt. One and 2. Bumgarner is due up second in the 7th inning for the Giants. By the way, I checked on the StatCast on the MLB at Bat app. Bumgarner's home run left his bat at 112.5 miles an hour.
No surprise.
And back to the curveball, the 10th strikeout for Bumgarner. But we're heading to the late innings, and this game is tied. The Giants need some more offense. Panic, and then Bumgarner coming up. Dwayne Kuiper will return.
You by your local Toyota dealer through 6 full innings of play. For the longest time, it was all Madison Bumgarner. He's cruising along, but he has gotten dinged for 3 runs. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Giants. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the D-backs. Bumgarner with his first home run of the year against Zach Greinke. And right now there's a new pitcher for Arizona. It's Andrew Chafin. When it's time for a change, the Expedia Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. 3-3. Top of the 7th. Once again, here's Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, Mike, and the pitch to Panic is a call strike. So Andrew Chafin comes in to do the pitching, and there you see his numbers. This actually last season.
He's a low 90s fastball from a 3/4 delivery, slider, changeup.
Panic taps this one foul. First base side. I was going to say, there was a time when Chafin was very dominant. And now he's ahead of Panic. 0-2. Bumgarner is on deck. Panic 0 for 3 lifetime against Chafin. On the ground is short, where Owens took his time. 1 out. So here's Bumgarner.
Pitcher, Madison Bumgarner.
You might have asked, what other pitchers for the Giants have hit home runs on opening day? Last happened in 1956, Johnny Antonelli. Bumgarner adds his name to another great note.
Well, did hit 2. Nobody's ever done that.
Hit 2, absolutely. Two and 0. This was the home run.
Well, this isn't a 2-strike count. It just strong hands it right over the wall. Low line drive. And as John Miller pointed out, the exit velocity 112 miles per hour.
Here's the 2-0. High drive. Left field. D-backs fans have to applaud this one. My goodness.
Lead the league in home runs. And they have been anything but cheap. I really don't know which one's more impressive. But that was majestic.
And I think he liked that one.
Wow.
Here's Span. Span takes low. Now, let's see where the pitch was.
Well, they set the target down and away, and it just cuts right back over the middle. T-ball location, and Madison Bumgarner now with 16 lifetime home runs, more than any Giants pitcher in the 135 years of Giants baseball. And you knew it was out of here by the sound. Kaboom. See ya.
One ball and one strike. 2-1.
Awesome display of power. This is the majestic high fly ball, the way my partner likes him. By the way, nice call.
Yeah, I thought it might hit Fridays. I did. Some guy having a sandwich up there. He's in for a surprise.
Well, there's just a little buzz going throughout this whole ballpark. And Madison Bumgarner, the reason why.
Two balls, two strikes. On the ground, foul, not by much.
Well, stream the Giants on the go. Great news, Giants fans. This season you'll be able to stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app.
Two and two. Up the middle. And Span is going to beat it out easily. Yeah, we got a new leader, Mikey. There you go. You just said that.
Well, I mean, he tied Hal Schumacher and Johnny Antonelli with his first home run today, and with his second home run, he puts himself on top of the heap. 135 years, and Madison Bumgarner is just separated from the herd. How cool is that?
I'm telling you, he's swinging it like he wants some playing time.
Well, at least a chance to move up in the lineup.
Here's Belt. Giants are in Kansas City on the next trip, where the DH will be used. Just laying it out there, that's all.
He may be the. Well, if he pitches, is he pitching in that series?
Yeah, he might.
Well, he may be hitting for himself.
Belt waves at a pitch in the dirt. One ball and one strike.
You know, it's great. We talk about the Giants bench players. They've got some veterans: Aaron Hill, Chris Marrero, Nick Huntley. Of course, Connor Gillespie's seen his act before, but Hill, Huntley, and Marrero, they really haven't. They're sitting here watching this display today. They have to shake their head.
And Span chased back. Span with the infield hit. So that's his first hit of the year. One to Belt. Will that be a 1-1 pitch at all? Overshift again is on for Belt.
yard span, running so much better this year than we saw him run last year. Last year he had 12 stolen bases, and I think you're going to see him go a whole lot more this year.
Chafin putting us to sleep. There you go, Mike.
First pitcher in Major League Baseball history to hit 2 home runs on opening day. We're not talking just Giants history, Major League Baseball history. He's going to get another at bat.
Got him. Span got picked off. Giants will take a look at it.
Jose Agoncillo, the Giants' first base coach, he doesn't believe that he was out, so we'll see. Well, he was definitely going. That's a major league lean. It's close. I don't know if there's enough there to overrule it.
So they're going to look at it.
All right, this replay review, it's going to be presented by Xfinity. The thing too, we're in the 7th inning. You have nothing to lose. Now last year it got turned over to the umpires in the 7th inning. This year it's different. Now it gets turned over to the umpires in the 8th inning. Meaning that if there's a play next inning, you can ask the umpire to review it. I mean, I'm watching the replay here on the big screen out in center field, and I can see why the Giants are reviewing this.
He's safe. Although I'm on the radio side for the Nunez play at third, and the first time I saw it, well, what are they even doing looking at it? And then clearly Nunez was out.
Well, they're waiting for all of the reviews. Once the headset goes on the umpire, it's 2 minutes. It's funny, the rule is it's 2 minutes. However, the crew chief can go a little bit longer if he wants to. You know, it's kind of one of those great gray area rules that baseball has.
The 2 minutes is optional. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But last year, the average call, you're out, was 1 minute and 30 seconds.
After the video replay review, the runner is out at first base.
So Bruce Bochy just coming out wanting the explanation. We had a huge lean and he just couldn't get back.
Loses their right to challenge.
Well, nothing that's clearly going to overrule it, so Bruce Bochy is going to have to accept the verdict. It will make you take your hat off on occasion.
1-1 to Belt. 2-1 to Belt with Hunter Pence on deck.
This will be the last hitter that Andrew Chafin faces. They have a right-hander in the D-backs bullpen.
Slowly hit. And Belt will be thrown out, and that'll end the inning. Madison Bumgarner hits his second of the game. And this was a big boy. And it's bye-bye baby. It's 4-3 Giants. All right, thanks, Ahmed. Hey, we got a good one here.
4-3 Giants into the 7th inning. I'd like to remind you that this is the home of the authentic fans. CSN is now known as NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity.
Bumgarner all by himself. Gets the lead back for the Giants. See what he's done. 10 strikeouts, no walks. So Tomas is going to hit first. Tomas, Drury, Peralta. 4-3 Giants. And the first pitch to Tomas is a strike, and it's 0-1.
Bumgarner in inning number 6, when he gave up the 4 hits and the 3 runs, you started to see him elevate just a little bit.
And a strike. And he got him on 3 pitches.
Oh, the breaking ball, the curveball has just been so unbelievable today for Bumgarner. I mean, that's 11 strikeouts, and I'll bet that 8 or 9 of them have been, the payout pitch have been the curveball. You're right at the base of the strike zone, outside corner.
Here's Brandon Drury. Takes a strike.
You know, it's not uncommon to see Bumgarner pitch up. I mean, ideally, he wants to put that fastball against the right-handed hitters right on their hands. So I mean, that's a high pitch, but he's been leaking it out over the plate. And in this ballpark, which is so friendly to fly balls, I mean, it's a little scary in a 1-1 ball game.
High and away, 2 balls and a strike. Nunez knocks it down from his knees. Belt digs it out, not in time. I don't know about that one.
Now they can't review it. Great play from Nunez, spearing it, didn't have a chance to get up to his feet from the knees of one hopper. Now Drury runs well.
He beat it.
It's got to be to the back of the glove. Yep, he beat it.
So here's Peralta. Peralta fouls one out of play. It's no balls and 1 strike. Peralta is 0 for 2. Bumgarner rubbing up a new baseball. Does it a lot. High fly ball to left. Hernandez has got a beat on it, and he'll put it away.
Well, this place is scary.
And that'll bring up Mathis.
We were watching an exhibition game here the other day between the Indians and the D-backs, and they had the roof open and they had the windows open out in the outfield, and there was a lot of wind. And there was a lot of swirling wind, which caused a lot of carry to left field. Now, we're not accustomed to seeing that. It's usually a pretty benign place to play because the roof is closed and the windows are closed. So when you do get wind, you're really not accustomed to understanding how the carry of this field is.
And that'll be a base hit for Mathis as he goes the other way.
2 hits indeed. Mathis has kind of got Bumgarner figured out.
So Chris Iannetta is going to pinch hit. Now join us on Tuesday night. Pregame live will start at 5:30. We have the game for you at 6:30. Right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. You can stream the Giants on the go with NBCSportsBayArea.com and the NBC Sports app.
So Chris Iannetta taking the at-bat. He's got 3 lifetime at-bats against Bumgarner, 1 for 3.
And his check swing roller to belt. And a thing of beauty for Madison Bumgarner. Iannetta is going, I waited around for that.
Yeah.
4-3 Giants.
That's a rough day.
Following every Giants game, new host joining Feldy and Ahmad Fareed. It'll be Matt Williams and Javi Lopez. They're added to the team right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. The great lineup just got better. Tim Flannery, Randy Wynn, John Estes, Rich Aurelio, Jeremy Affeldt, Bill Lasky. They're all back. J.J. Hoover's the new pitcher. Shadows make that shot look really weird. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Yeah, J.J. Hoover indeed. This is what we did last year with the Reds. Didn't have a great season. Hoover, when he's right, you're going to see a low 90s fastball, a lot of curveballs. He'll throw you 4 different pitches, slider, changeup, but pretty much his fastball, curveball from a high 3/4 release. Curveball is a straight down biter. Fastball pretty straight. So what's he open it up with? First pitch slider. Just to stay in shape.
Pence waves at another one, and it's 0-2. Trying to get on for Buster Posey. Curveball.
That's the straight down bite. That's a good strikeout pitch for Hoover for both righties and lefties. They were talking about Madison Bumgarner, who has 2 home runs in today's game, which gives him 17 in his career. The all-time leader in home runs hit by a pitcher for a career is Wes Ferrell. He had 37.
Pence strikes out. I don't think Hoover threw a good pitch in that entire at-bat to Pence. But they all worked.
Well, sliders, with the shadows we were talking about, I'm not sure how well he saw the spin on the pitches.
That's true.
Payoff pitch, another slider. You can see it kind of strobe out of the shadows into the sunlight. Just tough to see the spin and identify the pitch.
One 1-0 to Buster Posey. It's high, 2-0. Close pitch.
Like Hoover wanted it the way he followed that pitch off the mound. One thing you learn if you're a veteran, and Hoover's a veteran,
pitch walk.
You learn how to protest to an umpire with your body and not your mouth. Take a look at how he worked Hunter Pence. He stayed on the outside corner with that slider and just let the movement just fall away, fall away. You never could quite see it. That cost him a bat.
Here's Crawford.
There are no more left-handers in the D-backs bullpen. They had 2. You saw De La Rosa and Chafin. So from here on out, it's going to be all righties.
And a called strike. Nunez on deck. Giants have a 4-3 lead. Crawford on the ground into right field, a base hit. Buster Posey, what's he going to do? He's going to drop anchor. Crawford with his second hit of the year. And here's Nunez. Nunez not only leads the league in hitting, but he also leads the league in stolen bases. He's having a great year.
Yeah, he is. Don't you just love April numbers? You see guys hitting 500. Here's the guy that leads the league in home runs.
So Nunez in infield hit a double and then an RBI single. Posey at second, Crawford at first. Swing and a miss.
Keep waving.
Oh my goodness. How happy is he with sharing popcorn with mom?
Oh yeah. And you can also hide your toys in that box.
He pulled the truck out of the popcorn. So that's where his stash is. Everybody's got a place to put their stash. Drive to right, but it's right at Peralta, who's going to make the catch.
Not that easy. Peralta looking right into the sun. So, Cap, you're always a popcorn guy. Did you ever do this?
Well, I never did it with that attitude. Like, you got one of these? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's a truck guy.
I think so. Here you go. Hold this, Dad. I'm hungry. That's a cute little guy right there.
Well, at that age, you can also eat popcorn one kernel at a time. That is not in my skill set.
Here's Gorkis Hernandez. RBI opportunity for Hernandez.
I eat popcorn like I'm trying to plug a dike with a handful of mud.
Well, oh. Yeah, give me the extra large with the free refill. So the small is $6.50.
Yep.
The medium is $6.75.
Yep.
The large is $6.90, and,
yeah.
and the triple extra large is $7. What does that force you to do?
Oh, you got to go big. Go big or go home. As soon as they put down the free refill on the extra large, I didn't care if it was $50. I was in.
2 balls and 1 strike. Two and two. Plus, I've saved every article ever written over the last 50 years that says popcorn is good for you.
Well, there's only been 2, but
Yeah,
I've got the same file.
The file's not that full. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two outs. Giants looking for a 2-out hit. It would help their cause here in the 8th. And it's not going to happen. Top of the order coming up is 4-3. Get after it, young man. Oh, yeah.
drives of the game. The first one came in the 5th inning. A 2-strike can against Jack Greinke, and Madison Bumgarner hits his 16th career home run, and then he does it again. This time, a solo shot with 1 out in the 7th, and I'm talking a monster shot off of Andrew Chafin, and it put him on top of the heap. In all of Giants history, he's hit more home runs than any other Giant. That is our Jeep drives of the game.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Law to Pollock. 1 ball and no strikes.
See what Derek Law did last year, 4-2 with a 2.13 ERA with 50 strikeouts in 55 innings. He's won the job of the 8th inning, and he's the guy that sets it up for Melanson.
And a base hit. Pence cuts it off as he does a good job, and Law allows a hit to open up the area. So here's Chris Owings.
I want to correct myself. I think I said that Bumgarner had hit his 16th and 17th. He hit his 15th and 16th. But the 16th home run still puts him on top of all Giants pitchers for career home runs.
Here's Owings. And a bit outside, 1-0. Owings 0 for 3 against Bumgarner with 3 strikeouts.
Ty Block with a red alert. Get down there and start thinking about Jake Lamb, so he's got to get going. Block is the only lefty in that Giants bullpen.
Base hit. So back-to-back singles as these D-backs going the opposite way, and now they're in business with Goldschmidt coming up.
Yeah, right now Law's having a problem getting the ball down. Last year it was an Achilles heel. The Giants bullpen could not hang on to leads. The question as the Giants left spring training as to how they were going to configure their bullpen to get the ball from a starter to Mark Melanson, their closer. So very quickly Dave Righetti coming out, and he's stalling for time. Give Ty Block a little chance to finish off his warm-up throws.
So Righetti back into the dugout is Goldschmidt. Steps up. Goldschmidt has only faced Derek Law 1 time. He's 0 for 1 in his career. And a call strike.
As you mentioned, Law's got 4 pitches from a high 3/4 release. That last pitch, a curveball, and it was up. He's got to get the ball down.
And Law will spin around, keep an eye on Pollock. Pollock and Owens are your base runners.
Another breaking ball and another hanger. Look, he's going to take any strike he can get right now. Those are not the type of strikes that you want to consistently have to a good high ball hitter like Goldschmidt.
So Pollock with his lead at second. Belt playing way off the line at first. Shadow's not an issue. Maybe for Belt, maybe for Pence, but no one else.
wait that long. The hitter eventually is going to ask for time. And you just showed the pitch you're going to throw.
Well, it would have been a fastball.
On 2. 1 and 2.
Paralysis fastball, good location. And the key there is he got the ball down. Go out there and throw that little slider. It's like a cutter on the outside corner. Let the movement fall off the plate away. You might get Goldschmidt to chase. He will chase breaking balls.
Two and 2.
That's a good pitch. Posey going to come out and tell him that very thing. Let's take a look at that 1-2 curveball. Just off the plate, and I mean he missed by about a half a glove.
Two balls, 2 strikes to the very dangerous Paul Goldschmidt. Law gets the sign, and he just refuses to throw. Lamb on deck. On the ground to Nunez and through. Hernandez has got a good arm. Here's the throw home. Game tied.
And the stat that has dogged the Giants all last year, the blow and save, has haunted them again.
It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Led twice in this game, 3-0 and 4-3, and now it's tied. As Ty Block is going to go after Jake Lamb.
See what Ty Block did last year when he got called up in 4 games. I mean, he was outstanding. 7 innings. I mean, he's relieved. He earned a right to start. Had the great start final weekend against the Dodgers, where he beat Kershaw with 7 shutout innings against the Dodgers. You see a low 90s fastball with good command of both sides of play. 2 type of fastball movement. Cutter, slider.
And Lamb takes a strike.
Now it's a tough pill to swallow if you're Derek Law. Now he's got to root for Ty Blach to pick him up.
Posey knocks it down. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Owens and Goldschmidt are aboard. Two and 1 on the pitch in the dirt.
Block earned the right to get to the big leagues last year by having a really solid season in Sacramento, where he was a starter. Went 14-7 with 3.43 ERA.
Lamb lifts it down the left field line and out of play.
And Block went head-to-head this spring with Matt Cain for the number 5 spot in the rotation. And when Cain secured that job, Block was then put into the bullpen.
On the ground, could be a pair, and it is.
And that's the beauty of Ty Blach. I mean, he can get that ground ball. We saw that many times last year.
Here's Tomas. Bruce Bochy's coming out. And he'll go to the bullpen one more time. We think. Yes, he does. D-backs have tied it up. They still have the lead run at third with 2 outs, and we'll be back. It's Strickland. Most of the hits for the D-backs have come late. All of the hits for the D-backs have come late. And there's your new pitcher, Hunter Strickland.
Take a look at what Hunter Strickland did last year in 72 games. 3-3 with a 3.10 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 61 innings against 19 walks. For Strickland, you're going to see a high velocity fastball, mid to high 90s. 2 types of movement with the fastball. He's got a slider and he's got a split.
So here's Tomas with Owens at third with 2 outs. Tomas against Bumgarner had no luck at all. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. First pitch breaking ball and a good one, and it's 0-1.
They know Tomas likes to swing the bat. Tough guy to walk. But he's also a guy that can look awful on one pitch and come back and burn you on the next.
That's a fact.
He can hit.
0-2.
Posey wants another breaking ball.
No swing. 1-2.
That's a good 0-2 pitch. Drop it down. Let it help you out. Hope he chases it. And he almost got him to go. You just don't need to throw a strike when you're ahead to count 0-2.
Yeah, it looked like it almost handcuffed Buster Posey.
I want to get handcuffed from a tie ball game with a runner at third base. I got glove tied. Do I catch it with my palm up or palm down?
Up the middle. Strickland spears it, and that'll end the inning. That ball was ticketed to center field. It didn't make it. It's tied up. Panik, Strickland, and Span coming up. We're 9-0, and the new pitcher is Fernando Rodney. It's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Take a look at what Rodney did last year with the Padres and the Marlins. 25 saves and 28 ops, 74 strikeouts and 65 in the third. You say, well, how does he do it? He's got a low 90s fastball, a slider, and a great changeup, power changeup. I don't see that many sliders, but fastball changeup combination has always been money. Not a tall guy, 5'11", 240. Built more like a catcher than a pitcher.
And he's facing Joe Panik, and Panik takes a strike. George Contos is in the pen. Connor Gillespie is in the on-deck circle.
So 2 pitches, and you see basically what you're going to see from him. The fastball for a first pitch strike followed up by the changeup. Connor Gillespie on deck for the Giants. And George Contos down the pulpit. Gets ready. Rodney on his career 261 saves.
Oh, 3-1. So got a strike on the first pitch, and then 3 pitches away. 3 balls and 1 strike.
All 3 balls have been off. All the pitches have been changeups.
Center field. Pollock, does he have room? He does not, and it's high off the wall, and it kicks away from everybody, and Panic's going to go to third, and he's going to make it. It's a triple for Joe Panic. And for Joe Panic, his first hit of the year is a 3-bagger.
Well, you just never know in this ballpark. And we talk about the carry that it has, but in center field, we've seen a lot of balls crushed, like his first at bat, get caught. And you watch A.J. Pollock going back, and he's thinking he has a play, kind of gets jammed as the carom off the wall eludes him. And once it got to Tomas, the left fielder, Panic was thinking 3 bags.
I thought Pollock was going to catch it, to be honest with you.
I did too. And right here, he commits to 3 and a belly slide. Puts him on base to start the inning, and immediately Mark Melanson starts getting up and throwing in the Giants' pen.
So here's Gillespie. Gillespie hitting for Strickland with Denard Span on deck. Overshift is on for Gillespie, and he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Odd to see an overshift with the infield in.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, playing short right now is Jim Wolf.
Second base umpire.
And it's driven into the gap, and Pollock's going to dive, and he's going to make the catch, and the Giants take the lead. Connor Gillespie coming up with a line drive sacrifice fly.
One thing the Giants have done today, they have really had some great situational at bats, and you can add this to the list. Gillespie worked the count in his favor. He was sitting up 1-0, thinking about the middle of the diamond. He got a really good location to work. Didn't do too much, and he really gets denied of an extra base hit, at least a single, by a nice play for Pollock.
Drury will throw out Span, but it gets by Goldschmidt. So we'll see if Span's going to get his second hit of the year.
He should.
Drury had to go a long way. Remember, he's playing second base for the first time in his career.
Well, this is not an ordinary play either.
Yeah, I think we talked about Buster Posey almost getting handcuffed. I think the same happened with Goldschmidt. Here's Belt. And the ruling? We'll have to wait. It can get weird here, by the way, in this ballpark. Belt shows bunt, and he takes a ball inside 1-0.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're looking to add on in a 1-out situation. If you can get a runner to score, but just put yourself on base by just putting a bunt down. Rodney is not the greatest of fielding pitchers.
Well, it's going to force the shortstop now to come in. And Belt takes a strike.
There you see the shift and the exposed left side of the infield.
So a hit for Denard Span.
That's the right call.
I believe it is. Span got picked off in the 7th. And I'm not speaking through experience. It's not a good idea to get picked off twice in a game.
No. No, it is not. And Rodney, he's quick out of the stretch. I mean, he gives a catcher a chance. Acceptable release time for a pitcher is 1.25 seconds, and Rodney is always under that. So if you're a catcher, he's doing you a favor.
Overshift on again. 2-1 to Belt.
George Cantos has sat down.
And there's your man.
Mark Melancon will pitch the bottom of the 9th.
And this one ricochets off of Mathis. And Span, just for a brief second, I figured he might think about third.
Ball skinned, looked like a hit off the shin guard of Mathis, the catcher. Everybody thinking that perhaps Span would have a chance for 2, but when his back was turned to the ball, he couldn't see how far off that ball was carrying off of the shin guard of Mathis.
Belt in the driver's seat, 3-1. Now it's 3-2.
Power change.
He just doesn't give in.
No.
I mean, he'll throw it on the first pitch, he'll throw it on the last pitch. Belt hooks this one down the left field line. That'll sail into the seats. It stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, that's the beauty of a changeup in a 3-2 count. It takes your legs out if you're hitting against it, and you poke. There was 0 power in that swing.
Three-two pitch. And the walk. He could take some close pitches, folks. Here's Pence. Pence is 1 for 4. Mr. Pence 1 for 4 lifetime with a double against Rodney. And there's a strike.
Hunter Pence rarely argues with an umpire. He gives Greg Gibson, the plate umpire, his opinion. He didn't quite agree with that call.
Rodney at the belt. And that pitch sails outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
At 98.
98.
When we first saw Rodney come into the big leagues, it was all 98s and that great changeup. This is about as rough a combination 2-pitch I've ever seen.
In the dirt, and now another one gets away. And Span takes a wide turn at third. And again, runners move up.
Well, I mean, they're just 3 free gifts of 90 feet. And you not only move 2 runners up in score position, with 1 out, you lose the chance for a double play, the conventional double play.
Mathis tried to pick this like a first baseman.
And there's the big turn from Span you're talking about.
Hobie Landreth shaking his head right now.
Well, I think anybody who ever was a catcher will shake their head at that effort.
2-2. Hunter Pence will do his best right now to try to put the ball in play. On the ground foul. Rodney allowed the triple to panic, and then Gillespie with a sacrifice fly, but it was a line drive that was headed into the gap that Pollock did a nice diving catch on. Span an infield hit, Belt a walk, couple of wild pitches, and here we're at 2-2 to Hunter Pence. Fouled out of play. This time he got a fastball at 97. I like. This guy's got some stuff.
He's blowing. Of course, it's amazing what anger can do to a fastball. It's sort of like, you know, hitting 2 balls out of bounds and hitting one 350 on the first tee. Anger gives you strength.
Nope, 3-2. Now there is a base open, but I don't think Rodney's even thinking about that. So here we go, 3-2. And he walked him.
Get it back. Pitch count starting to get up there too for Rodney. Not major concern. I mean, you never like to see your closer get out there and have a 25 to 30 pitch inning. But the schedule favors extending your start a little bit because both teams have the off day tomorrow. There is activity. Randall Delgado, the right-hander, in the bullpen for the D-backs.
So Mike Butcher out to have a word with hard-throwing Fernando Rodney with Buster Posey at the plate. Buster against Rodney. He's had no success against Fernando Rodney. Because according to our notes, he's never faced him.
Well, that's if you're looking at the glass half empty. On the other hand, Rodney's never got him out.
That's true. There you go. Look out. 1 ball and no strikes.
Buster Posey's not going to think about anything but a fastball, man. He's the toughest guy in the Giants team to throw a fastball by.
You look at all the guys around the league that throw 100 miles an hour, and Buster Posey's numbers are pretty incredible. And this is a high pop-up to right field. It's Peralta who's going to make the catch. And now it's going to be up to Brandon Crawford.
Shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
So Crawford steps up. Crawford, his last 2 at bats have been base hits. He's 2 for 4. He's had 2 at bats in his career against Rodney. He's 0 for 2. And he takes a strike. Span is at third. Belt is at second, and Pence is at first.
Did he go? Yes, says DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire. So 2 pitches, 2 changeups. And very quickly, Rodney on top of Crawford. Just could not hold up. Could have gone either way.
All right, Crawford now a chance to try to put the ball in play.
Done well with the bases loaded. 3 grand slams.
Under his arms, it's 1-2.
That's a perfect 0-2 pitch. After you're throwing a couple changeup, he just buzzes them on the hands just off the plate in at 96. That'll set up a lot of things.
Two and two.
It's hard in and backs it up with soft stuff away.
Thirtieth pitch coming up. Here it is to Crawford. And he taps it in front of home plate. And that's a foul ball. And Greg Gibson is asking for help. And they're saying that it's fair. And that's what all Mathis had to do. I have no idea what he was doing. So anyway, Bruce Bochy is going to come out and say, can you tell me what the heck happened?
Now take a look at the side.
Oh, it hit his helmet. I think it hit the bill of his helmet.
Well, if it hit the bill of the helmet, that ball's dead. So I think he's going to ask him to go ahead and say, hey.
Today's event is $49.
Oh, maybe not. All right.
And that is
Melanson coming in. And the Giants have the lead.
for the Diamondbacks.
pitcher now for the Giants will be their new closer, Mark Melancon. Going to get a chance on opening day to get a save. That's what he did last year with the Pirates and the Nationals. 47 saves and 51 opportunities. You're going to see a low 90s fastball, and he'll throw a lot of cutters and a very, very good straight down biting hard curveball from a high 3/4 release. Right-handers last year hit 190, lefties 221.
So here's Drury. Drury with an infield hit in the 7th. And a strike. Peralta to follow. A back and forth game, and now a 1-run lead for the Giants. Back and forth. The D-backs really never did take the lead, but the Giants led 3-0. They led 4-3. And it became a 4-4 game. 1-2.
And that's the power cutter. I mean, it's a great pitch to righties, to lefties. And the beauty of what he does is not just the pitch performance, but it's the deception in his delivery. He really rocks back, gets up on top of it. As you mentioned, a high 3/4 with exceptional command of the corners.
Two and 2 on the pitch down low.
And that's the curveball. In 2015, the Trevor Hoffman Award winner, which honors the guy with the most saves. He had 51 with the Pirates. 3-time All-Star.
And that's tapped foul over the D-backs dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a full count.
And this becomes a big pitch. And you can imagine a Melancon, new team, opening day. He's got a few butterflies. This is a big pitch.
Got him. 1 down in the 9th.
94 right above the hands. So Drury sit packing.
Here's Peralta.
Rare back and put the challenge on the hitter. He goes right to the top of the strike zone above the hands. And with the speed of the cutter in the mind of Drury, late on the fastball 3-2, and he gets the big out. That was a big pitch. That will relax Melancon.
Here's Peralta. Peralta on the ground, panic on the dive. He'll get up and throw. Got him.
All spring long, Melancon talked about what it's going to be like pitching with the type of defense the Giants could put on behind him. And that's an example. A Gold Glover at short, a Gold Glover at second base. And Joe Panic going to his backhand, as we've seen him do so many times. I mean, this is a base hit. That ball was hit well. Spears it to his feet quickly and finishes the play off the belt. That's the big leagues.
So here's Jeff Mathis. And Mathis with a base hit. Hernandez kicks it right to Span. And Mathis is at second base with 2 out.
Got 3 legs of the cycle.
Yes, he does.
Triple, single, and now the double with 2 outs here.
Daniel Descalzo will be the hitter. And just over the reach of Crawford.
At second base, number 41, Gary Hazelmaker.
Hazelmaker is going to be the pinch runner. So Descalso, who's got a little history against Mark Melanson. Descalso is 5 for 14. Is going to step up with 2 outs. And Hazelbaker at second. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
93-mile-an-hour cut right in the knees, middle in. You can see why he's got the success. A lot of what you're going to see if you're hitting from the left side for Melanson is going to be cut coming right on your hands. And Descalso is a good middle in hitter. He's quick to that side of the plate.
And a base hit. And this game is tied. So Descalso, with good history against Melanson, ties it up.
You go back inside, right at the hands, middle in. And that's that ability to beat the inside pitch. He got a little height to it, a little bit too far out over the plate. And a brand new game.
And it also makes you go back, and the Giants didn't have a chance to add on in that 9th inning. In the dirt, knocked down by Posey. Pollock has 2 hits. He's 2 for 4. And a big curveball, and it misses 2-0. If you're looking for the Warriors basketball game, and the coverage of the Wizards Warriors game is now airing on NBC Sports Plus, and it will follow Giants postgame live. NBC Plus can be found on Comcast channel 780, 105. Tapped, and a base hit. And going over to third is Descalso.
And that makes it a 3-hit day for Pollock.
And by the way, if you can't find NBC Sports Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com.
Right over the glove of Melanson. He got a piece of it.
So here's Chris Owings. So after 2 outs, 3 hits in a row, and Owings now has a chance to send everybody home. Runner goes, and it's a called strike, and it's 0-1. Giants now trying to get this game to extra innings. The pitch, nothing in 2.
Well, he paints him to an 0-2 advantage. Curveball, strike 1, and a perfect 93-mile-an-hour cutter. Now, one thing that we've seen Owings do last year, I mean, he impressed us in two-strike situations. He will use the whole field.
Blocked, 1-2.
Nice block indeed with the runner at third base. You cannot be afraid to throw that pitch in the dirt if you're Melanson. I mean, that straight down break and curveball. If you elevate it for fear of putting it in the dirt because your catcher can't block it, it becomes a very hittable pitch. Nice block, Posey.
And the 1-2. And that's the ball game. So the D-backs, after the first 2 outs, come up with 4 straight hits. And they come back and beat the San Francisco Giants by a final of 6-5.
Well, a tough pill to swallow when you think the momentum was favored the Giants throughout the whole game. An unbelievable performance by Madison Bumgarner. 11 strikeout performance through 7 innings with a couple of home runs, but it was not meant to be. And the Diamondbacks, once again, exposed the Giants bullpen.
All right, final score. It's the D-backs 6 and the Giants 5. Stay tuned. Eastern's Giants postgame live starts right now.
Look at our chops going. This is going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I think it's